Lewis Hamilton is one of the most famous Formula One drivers to ever live. He is considered to be the best driver of a generation, and the massive wealth and fame he has acquired over the years reflect that. Hamilton started small and began karting in 1993, winning races and cadet class championships. In 1995, he became the youngest driver to win the British Cadet Karting Championship at the age of 10. During that same year, he took fate into his own hands and approached McLaren Formula One team boss Ron Dennis at the Autosport Awards for an autograph and said, "Hi, I'm Lewis Hamilton. I want the British Championship, and one day I want to be racing your cars." Impressed, Dennis wrote in young Hamilton's autograph book, "Phone me in 9 years, we'll sort something out then." And sure enough, in 1998, Dennis called Hamilton following his second Super 1 Series and British Championship wins, offering him a role on McLaren's driver development program. The contract also included Hamilton's dream opportunity of a future Formula One seat. Hamilton's car racing career began in the 2001 British Formula Renault Winter Series. In the following year, when asked about the prospect of becoming one of the youngest ever Formula One drivers, he replied that he didn't want to be the youngest in Formula One, instead wanting to be experienced and then show what he could do in Formula One. His first season in Formula One saw him partner two-time and defending world champion Fernando Alonso, climbing the podium on his debut. He then set a few records, namely 9 consecutive podium finishes from debut, 4 joint wins in a debut season, and finally, 109 points in a debut season. Hamilton's success continued to grow in 2008, when he amassed 5 victories and 10 podium finishes. Accused of arrogance and dangerous driving, he argued that he put a lot of trust in his driving, which he described as firm but fair. The season reached its conclusion in Brazil, where home favorite Felipe Massa would compete against Hamilton for the crowning spot on the podium. Hamilton entertained fans around the world by overtaking Timo Glock for the 5th position in the final corners of the last lap to score a dramatic win, becoming the then youngest Formula One world champion in history and denying race winner Massa the title by 1 point. This made Hamilton the first British driver to win the world championship since Damon Hill in 1996. For the next few years, until 2012, Hamilton achieved 4 race wins and, to the surprise of many, announced that he would be joining Mercedes for the 2013 season. Switching over to Mercedes, Hamilton was reunited with childhood karting teammate Nico Rosberg. The Mercedes team had no recent history of success, leaving a lot of pundits and fans to wonder why Hamilton was taking such a gamble with his career. Whatever the public thought of his choice, Hamilton went to secure an immediate win in the Hungarian Grand Prix, winning by a margin of over 11 seconds ahead of the second-place finisher Kimi Raikkonen. More wins followed after racing regulations were changed in 2014. That year saw Mercedes win 16 out of the 19 races that season, 11 of those secured by Hamilton as he prevailed in a season-long duel for the title against teammate Rosberg. Winning his second driver's title and leaving any previous British driver's record in the proverbial dust, Hamilton won his final race declaring, "This is the greatest day of my life." In addition to the racing regulations, rules about driver numbers were changed as well, allowing Hamilton to choose whatever he wanted. He elected to drive under his old karting number 44 for the remainder of his career. Before the start of the 2015 season, Hamilton announced he would not be exercising his option of switching his car number to 1 and would instead continue to race with his career number 44. It was the first season since 1994, when Alain Prost retired from the sport, that the field did not contain a car bearing the number 1. Hamilton dominated the 2015 season, winning 10 races, finishing on the podium a record 17 times as he matched his hero Ayrton Senna's 3 World Championship titles. That year, Hamilton extended his contract with Mercedes for 3 additional years in a deal reportedly worth more than £100 million, making him one of the best-paid drivers in Formula One. Despite recording more pole positions and race wins than any other driver in 2016, Hamilton lost the driver's title by 5 points to his teammate Rosberg. The greatest shock of the season came right after Rosberg took the podium and promptly announced his retirement after overcoming his rival. In 2017, Hamilton's closest challenger became Sebastian Vettel. Even though they competed head-to-head, Hamilton prevailed with 2 races to spare. During the season, he took the record for the all-time most pole positions, and with a record of 9 race victories, secured a 4th World Drivers' title. The 2018 season was the first time that 2 4-time world champions, Hamilton and Vettel, would be competing for a 5th title. Their upcoming fight was named the Fight for 5 by journalists and fans. Hamilton overcame his adversary, setting a new record with 408 points scored in a season. At the time, he also signed a 2-year contract with Mercedes, reported to be worth up to £40 million per year, making him the best-paid Formula One driver in history. Nothing could stop Hamilton's meteoric rise as he set even more records during the 2019 season. His total of 413 points was a new all-time record. Winning his sixth title, he ended the season with 11 wins, matching his previous best in 2014 and 2018, and 17 podiums, matching the all-time record for a fourth time, as well as achieving 5 pole positions. In February 2021, Hamilton signed a contract to continue racing for Mercedes. At the 2021 Spanish Grand Prix in May, he became the first driver to reach 100 pole positions in Formula 1. All of this dazzling professional success does not come without a cost, however. Fraser focused on his career, Hamilton let his love life wane. In his own words, he describes it as non-existent, but not because he didn't want to have one. With a workaholic's disposition and things always to be done, Hamilton was hard-pressed to find a place for a partner. Traveling all around the world, he says he doesn't have time for it, and it makes keeping a relationship hard. Despite that, Hamilton was romantically linked to model Danielle Lloyd in 2002. By her own admission, they swapped numbers upon when they were out with friends. According to speculation, they were together for just 6 months. Another possible romance could bloom between him and longtime friend Rihanna, but nothing was ever confirmed. Hamilton admits to mostly hanging out with her and nothing else. Finally, the most famous relationship Hamilton has had is, of course, between him and singer Nicole Scherzinger. They reportedly dated from 2007 to 2015. It's not all bad for Hamilton though. With his career being so successful, he is able to live a real jet-set lifestyle. He has been praised for disregarding convention and public opinion, and has been described as one of the last superstar drivers. Between race weekends, Hamilton has on several occasions traveled around the world to explore a variety of interests. In 2018, after winning the Italian Grand Prix, Hamilton flew to Shanghai and New York, where he realized his own designer clothing line with Tommy Hilfiger, before flying immediately back to Singapore and winning the next race there. Contrary to the image of a globe-trotting millionaire, Hamilton has admitted to being vegan in 2017, and in the following years spoke about giving up drinking a while ago. In January 2020, he donated $500,000, approximately £383,000, to a variety of causes relating to the bushfire crisis in Australia. The money went towards fire services and animal welfare charities. Beyond being a generous soul, Hamilton also has an interest in music. He started playing guitar at the age of 13 and is featured under the pseudonym Xander in Christina Aguilera's 2018 song Pipe. In July 2020, he revealed that he'd been writing and recording music for 10 years. His net worth in 2015 was estimated to be £88 million. Between June 2016 and June 2017, Hamilton earned around $50 million from endorsements and prize money. In 2018, it was £159 million, and in 2020, he became the richest British sports star in history according to the Sunday Times Rich List, with an estimated fortune of £224 million. In 2019, Hamilton listed his New York penthouse for $57 million. Located in the same Tribeca building that Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, Meg Ryan, Jake Gyllenhaal and Bella Hadid live in. The 8,900 square foot unit is the largest penthouse loft in the building. In addition to that, he owns a 4-story mansion with 6 bedrooms in Kensington, West London that was built in 1860 and is worth $25 million. Since Hamilton's rookie season in 2007, Formula One's annual global revenue rose by 53% to $1.83 billion as of July 31, 2016. And with many endorsements, the likes of Tommy Hilfiger, Puma, Police, Bose, Monster Energy, Sony and Vodafone, his fortune will surely rise beyond the £224 million mark, setting him well on his way to being a billionaire sports icon. That's all for today. Thank you for sticking with us. I'll see you next time.